All right, good day. Hopefully everyone's doing all right. Hopefully everyone's doing all right. Let's talk about getting around the Dominican Republic. Uh, I went from Punta Cana to uh, Santiago and Santiago to Sosua, then Sosua back to Santiago. That is what I did. And I did all of that within a week and a half or so. Uh, Let me break it down to you. There's multiple ways to do this, right? And I'm going to talk about the ones I don't suggest first, and that's going through airport taxis, that's going through Viator, that's going through TripAdvisor, that's going through some of these hotel sponsored, resort sponsored taxi drivers. All right, they are going to give you the worst prices known to man. Right, they're going to give you the most expensive prices. But if you are a female, for an example, and you want to feel safe, quote unquote, and you are a female traveler by yourself, I would suggest these options. If you're staying at the Marriott and they have transportation for $3 billion to get you from one place to another, and you want to feel safe and you're worried about your security, by all means, please do this. Right. You have safety, assurance, hotel sponsored, TripAdvisor sponsored, Viator sponsored, insurance, whatever the case may be. But other than a female traveling on her own, I do not suggest any of those three options: TripAdvisor, Viator, hotel sponsored, or any form of online transportation services. I'm just being honest. All right, you have some options, right? I was introduced to this application through a Dominican young lady, and it was actually a pretty good option. And I'm going to talk about it right now and the pros and cons. All right, let's start here. The application is called iDrive. You can go to the Apple Store, Google Play Store. If you have an Android, judgment-free zone. And you can do iDrive, download iDrive. City to city means you're going from one city to another. That's pretty self-explanatory. Ride means you're staying in the same city. All right. So as you can see from this particular screenshot, city to city, Santo Domingo to Santiago. I'm getting my currency converted out on my other phone. Santo Domingo. Sorry, give me one sec. Dominican pesos. What's that? 29.10. 29.10. That's $49. I don't know if you can see this. Dude, let me see if I can get it. See if I can get it. Probably not. All right. 29.10 is $48.24. Santo Domingo to Santiago in this particular application. I am telling you that because I was for sure going to Punta Cana in 2 weeks or so, end of the year. I'm going to do a video of why I went to Punta Cana. But I knew I was going to Punta Cana. I knew I was going to Santiago. But I was iffy about Sosua and I was iffy about the Santo Domingo because I've been to Santo Domingo a lot. I believe my second to the last time I was in the DR, I was in Santo Domingo. My last time I was in the DR, I was with Punta Cana with this one particular clown. So I was like, man, I ain't been to Sosua in a while. Let me check Sosua out. All right, back to the story. This is an app that I suggest. All right, as you can see right here, it says recommended fare. Recommended fare. That is the recommended fare. What iDrive suggests that these drivers should be charging for going for this particular route. All right, you have options. Right, you have options. All right. When you click on that green button down below, right, you are going to be giving a list of drivers, right? You're going to be giving a list of drivers that are willing to accept that price, right? And this Santo Domingo to Santiago for 2,900, and this screenshot that says 1,500, obviously they're for two different places. But when you put that number in there, there's going to be a list of drivers that accepts that price. I've realized from playing with that application that when you're pushing it, when you're going long distances, you're going to have to raise that price. All right, here's one of the problems that I experienced with this app. I'm going to repeat that again. Here's one of the problems that I experienced with this app. I was going from Santiago to Sosua, right? I put Santiago to Sosua in there. It gave them the recommended fare. I put in the recommended fare. Let's say it was $29.10. I'm just going to use that for an example. I put in $29.10, right? I waited 15 minutes for the driver to get there. The driver gets there. I get in the car with my book bag because I knew I was going to be there for X period of time. I get in the car with my book bag. We start to drive 30 feet. He says, "Can you pay me more money?" I'm going to repeat that again. I booked a transportation from Santiago to Sosua, put in a recommended fare. The driver gets there. I get in with my book bag. He starts to drive 20 to 30 feet and says, "Can you pay me more money? This isn't enough." First and foremost, why did you accept it? Secondly, why did you drive there? 3, why did you start driving? Are you trying to kidnap me? Do I got to punch you in the face and jump out of the car? You know what I'm saying? A lot of things are going through my mind. Long story short, I got out of the car and I went back to my Airbnb and I booked another one and I got to Sosua. So there are going to be some people that are going to attempt to get over on you. Just make sure you clarify, verify, and solidify that price before that taxi starts to take off. Matter of fact, once he gets there, do it through the window with your phone and Google Translate to ensure that what y'all agree to put on the app, which he accepted, is the price he's going to take. Don't be bamboozled and fooled and tricked and put in positions where a driver takes you somewhere and he gets there and says, "No, you owe me more money." All right, so take screenshots, screen records, whatever you got to do to ensure that you have some legal basis in case someone tries to get over on you. So I had that experience just in the DR with a person from this particular application getting me there, driving and saying they need more money. All right, so other than that, I've used this app more than once after that. Like I said, I used this app to get another driver to take me to Sosua from Santiago. So this is a tested and verified app used by Dominicans because a Dominican told me to use it. They said it's cheaper than Uber. And I do agree. Just make sure you verify the price. All right, as many of you know, everyone knows, there is Uber, right? There is Uber. And I like Uber. But I'm going to be honest with you. Uber is more expensive than this application. But I trust Uber more than I trust this application. I'm going to repeat that again. Uber is more expensive than iDrive, but I trust Uber more than I trust iDrive, because Uber, if I'm in traffic, I'm stopped for a few minutes, Uber's going to send me an alert. Are you okay? I see you've been sitting there for a while. Is everything all right? Safety, health, police, they know your location. You're going to get there with Uber. If something goes terribly wrong, you're safe, you're verified, you're insured with Uber. You know that the police is going to come. You know that they're looking out for your best interest. Because I had it in DR. I have it in a lot of places, but I had it in DR. Car was stopped. There was traffic. Uber sent me an alert. Are you okay? I see you've been sitting there for a while. All right, so long story short, you have two applications. iDrive is cheaper. iDrive is You can negotiate in the application. Let's say their suggested price is $2,900. You may want to give them $3,500, $36,000, $4,000. But iDrive, people are hustling people on iDrive. People are trying to take advantage of you on iDrive. But just follow my few simple rules, suggestions for iDrive, and you will be okay. Like I said, I've used it a few times. I used Uber a few times. But I think most people, especially Dominicans, are using iDrive. I got on a scooter in Sosua. I don't mind getting on scooters. I know a guy that got into an accident in Thailand on scooters. I know people that have told me, hey, don't get on scooters, in various countries. Every time I go to Thailand, I rent a scooter. I'm going to Thailand again in 2025. I'm going to rent a scooter. And I'm not saying I will never fall off a scooter in Thailand. I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say I'm going to never fall off a scooter anywhere. But what I am saying is I've been renting scooters in Thailand for 10 years. I rented a car in the DR. So with that being said, I have nothing against getting on scooters in the Dominican Republic. That is going to be your cheapest mode of transportation. But my scooter rides in the Dominican Republic aren't going from Santiago to Sosua. They're going around the block, down the street, a few minutes away. I have no problems with getting on scooters in any country, and I suggest you take that as an option as well. Scooters are not a bad form of transportation. These people have been riding scooters forever, since they was teenagers. They know how to ride. They know how to drive. Have people fallen off scooters, got into scooter accidents? Yes. People have gotten struck by lightning. That doesn't mean you're going to get struck by lightning. But here's my suggestions for getting around the Dominican Republic when you are there. I used iDrive from Santiago to Sosua, and I used it for going one and two other places as well. So you have options. One's cheaper than the other. One, 9 times out of 10. I'm not going to say 9 times out of 10. You got a 50-50 that someone's trying to hustle you. But both of them tested and verified. iDrive, Uber, make sure you have them when you are going to the DR. And make sure you have pesos, because a lot of people prefer pesos, even with Uber, because they're going to get the pesos right now, and they may wait a few days to be paid out by Uber. So, of course, people prefer you paying in the local currency. Until next time.